Hi everyone, this is Frank DeMora reporting with the last chronicles of planet Earth. If this is the first time you found my YouTube channel, I would direct you to my website, which is www.bibleprophecyman.com. If you go there, you'll find the front and the back cover of my book right at the top of the post, and right below it there's a link. You click to the link, it will take you to my book. You could download it today for free. And this is a book, a documentary on Bible prophecy and current events. It shows you that all of the things, the signs that the Lord told us to look for, they're coming about, they're being fulfilled one after another, and this is the evidence and the proof you need if you're thinking about or searching for the truth. Jesus Christ definitely sent you to the right place, because once you find the information in this book is the truth. I wrote this book to drive you to the Bible, and that's where you should be in the first place. But sometimes the Lord uses different methods to drive people to His Word, and the warnings of everything that He has, the prophecies in His Bible, you'll find in here. The only thing I did was connect the Bible prophecies to the current events, that you can see that His Word is true and you should pay attention to it. And what I want to talk about right now very quickly is an article that just came up. But before I give you the article, what I always do is I give you scriptures so that you can go and read those scriptures for yourself. Or if you go to my website, right after you see the YouTube at my website, you scroll down and you'll be able to see the verses right there. And then you'll be able to know exactly what the Word of the Lord says. I know that many of you may not even have a Bible yet. So I'm posting the scriptures for you. Now, if you go into, for example, Luke 21:11, you'll find a different signs of the last days. And in those signs, you will see the sign of pestilence. This could be disease, it could be pestilence, as we saw with the days of Moses, where the insects were eating, and the flies and the gnats and so forth. But there's different types of pestilence. It could wipe out crops, diseases that wipe out not only crops, but fish, wipe out human beings and so forth. But there are also other signs in the Old Testament that warns of what was going to happen to the beasts of the field, to the fish and the birds. For example, if you go to Hosea chapter 4 verses 1 through 3, and if you go to Ezekiel chapter 38 verse 20, and then if you go to Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 3, you will see that the birds, the beasts of the air, and the fish are going to be dying. Let me give you one of the scriptures, and this is from Ezekiel. It says, "The fish of the sea and the birds of the air, the beast of the field, every creature that moves along the ground, and all the people on the face of the earth will tremble at my presence. The mountains will be overturned, and the cliffs will crumble, and every wall will fall to the ground." Ezekiel chapter 38:20. And in short, Zephaniah 1:3 says this, "I will sweep away both the men and the animals. I will sweep away the birds of the air and the fish of the sea. The wicked will have only heaps and rubble when I cut off men from the face of the earth, declares the Lord." So you have at least 2 or 3 different scriptures there showing you what is going to happen in the last days. Now, if you have been watching the news, you probably saw in the last 5 or 6 months different news articles showing you that birds are just falling out of the sky in different places around the world, and fish are just washing up in the shore. Both in the streams and in the ocean in different places around the world. Again today, there was another one of these mysteries, and this time, I'm going to put this up for you, and I have it all at my site too. So when you scroll down, you'll get to the link. You can see these pictures a lot better than what you're seeing them here on the YouTube. But this was from the LA Times. It says, "Millions of dead fish at King Harbor in Redondo Beach." It says, "Authorities in Redondo Beach are investigating what killed millions of fish over the last day of Kings Harbor Marina. Fish including anchovies, sardines, mackerels were floating lifeless in basins 1 and 2 of north side of the King Harbor Marina. Then let me show you this picture. This is a picture of the harbor, and you see all of these fish here. I mean, there are literally millions of fish everywhere. And it goes on to say this: there's basically fish everywhere you go in the harbor, said the harbor's assistant manager Jason McCullen, who added that there were reports that red tide may have driven the fish into the harbor in massive numbers where they died because of lack of oxygen. Redondo Beach public officers public work officers were dispatched to the harbor to investigate further, but did not have immediate comment. And then below there's one more picture of them in a boat with the fish near the boat. So here's the deal here. We're seeing all of these things taking place, and we're seeing more of this kind of news being reported almost on a regular basis now. So there is definitely something happening. They can't tell you why, to my knowledge, they still can't tell us why all these birds fell out of the sky and why all the fish, for example, in Arkansas, just, I mean, literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of fish just died. And now here again, millions of fish. So something is happening, and I take it this way. If the Lord told you that this was going to happen, why would you believe otherwise? I mean, if it's here and you see it, what would hold you back from believing the word of the Lord? I can tell you what it is. And it is blinders that Satan has put on the people of unbelief. And even though that God is showing his words, many of you have hardened your heart to the Lord, and you can't even see what's in front of you. But I'm asking, and we're praying for you, that the Lord will soften your hearts, take the blinders off, just the same way as he did the Apostle Paul on the road to Damascus, when he was out killing as many Christians as he could, rounding them up, and then later the Lord revealed himself to him, and he became one of the most dramatic, on-fire Christians in the New Testament. And we're praying that you will understand that these things that are taking place are a message from the Lord saying, please wake up, I am coming back shortly.